What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Check the Rock channel, and today I'm going to be going over what I think each team should do in the lottery with their picks. I'm going to be keeping trades out of this one because there are many possible trades that are going to happen in the lottery, but I'm going to do that in another video. So let's get started. With the first pick of the 2022 NBA Draft, I have the Orlando Magic taking Jabari Smith. With the Magic loading up on guards in the past couple drafts, and in the Vucevic trade getting Wendell Carter Jr., I see them going with the 6'10 forward. Jabari averaged 16.9 points per game and 7.4 rebounds while shooting 42.9% from the floor and 42% from three. With the Magic also taking Franz Wagner in last year's draft, they need a forward that can protect the perimeter. Jabari will also be coming into the league while averaging 1.1 steals and a block per game in college. One player that the Magic missed in the past couple years is Jonathan Isaac. Adding Jabari's scoring ability and defense to this Magic roster with Jonathan Isaac coming back would be a huge upgrade for them. With the second pick of the 2022 NBA Draft, I have the Oklahoma City Thunder taking Paolo Banchero. While taking Josh Giddey in last year's draft and having Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Lu Dort on the roster, the Thunder's roster is bright. While averaging 17.2 points per game and 7.8 rebounds per game and 3.2 assists and recording 1.1 steal and 1 block per game at Duke, Banchero is one of the best overall young scorers in this draft. With him having incredible speed, he'd be a great cutting partner to put alongside of SGA. He's got a lot of great post moves, but an issue with him is he needs to work on his free throw percentage and three-point percentage. If he can work on those two things and improve them, he'd be a great young player in this league. With the third pick in the draft, I have the Houston Rockets selecting Chet Holmgren. With the Rockets selecting Jalen Green last year and having good young talent in Kevin Porter Jr. and Kenyon Martin Jr. at the 2 and 3 position, they are in need for a big. Chet would fit that system well. While averaging 14.1 points per game, 9.9 rebounds per game, and 3.7 blocks per game, while shooting 60.7% from the floor and 39% from three, Chet is a well-around player. He's also a quick big man that can defend the perimeter and block shots down low, and that is something that Houston needs. But my main concern with his size is that he's a 7-footer that's 196 pounds. You're going to see small forwards looking to back him down because they weigh more than him and they're a lot bigger. Also, with his lack of size, his ability to finish through contact, which is going to be a problem if he doesn't gain that weight or muscle. With the next pick of the 2022 NBA Draft, I have the Sacramento Kings taking AJ Griffin. I think the main piece that the Kings are in need for is a 3-and-D player. With the Kings having De'Aaron Fox and Davion Mitchell at the point and shooting guard position, and them picking up Sabonis at the deadline, they are going to need a small forward. Griffin finished the year off averaging 10.4 points per game, 3.9 rebounds while shooting 49.3% from the floor and 44.7% from three. With the Kings finishing 24th in the league in three-point percentage, they are going to need a sharp shooter on their roster. Also, with the Kings finishing bottom of the league in points allowed, another wing defender is nice for them to have also. With the next pick of the draft, I have the Detroit Pistons selecting Shaedon Sharpe. Sharpe didn't play a game at Kentucky last year, but his potential as a 6'6 wing with elite athletic ability. He nearly has a 50-inch vertical. The former number 1 overall high school recruit would fit well with Cade Cunningham. But with the lack of film and not playing in college, it's going to be a high risk for any team to take Shaedon Sharpe. With the 6th pick in the draft, I have the Pacers taking Benedict Mathurin. With the Pacers picking up Tyrese and Buddy Hield while drafting Chris Duarte last year and having Miles Turner at the 5, they are in need for a forward. Mathurin has become one of the easier sells and fits to picture based on his 6'6 frame, his explosive athleticism, and proven shot making. While shooting 45% from the floor and 36.9% from three, the Pacers need a player that can put the ball in the hoop. With Tyrese's great playmaking skills, I would not see an issue with Benedict getting great shots from getting passes from Tyrese. With the 7th pick in the draft, I have the Blazers taking Jalen Duren. The Blazers have their guards locked down in Simons and Lillard, and with Nurkic being a free agent, this would be a good time for them to lock down the center position with Jalen. He's not turning 19 till mid-November, so having a young player would be good for Portland, so the flashes of his post footwork and passing should be enough for the Blazers to pick him. With his elite rebounding skills is what Portland needs, but the most important is his rim protecting. He averaged 2.1 blocks per game. With Portland perimeter defense not looking good, they are going to be in need for a shot blocker. With the 8th pick of the draft, I have the New Orleans Pelicans selecting Jaden Ivey. With having CJ, Brandon Ingram, Zion, and Valanciunas in the starting lineup, they're only missing the point guard position. With Ivy bringing a special explosiveness to the court, also with his shooting and playmaking, this would be a great last piece the Pelicans are looking for. Putting up a solid numbers of 17.3 points per game, 4.9 rebounds, and 3.1 assists. If you are a New Orleans Pelicans fan and if Ivy's on the board, you take him. With the 9th pick of the 2022 NBA Draft, I have the San Antonio Spurs selecting Keegan Murray. With the Spurs doing well at the guard position with Lonnie Walker and DeJounte Murray, and having Jakob Poeltl at the center, they are in need for a forward. Being projected to be Pascal Siakam, he's great at hustling and has a great feel for the game. He fits the Greg Popovich system well. At Iowa, Keegan put up 23.5 points per game, 8.7 rebounds, while shooting 55.4% from the floor and 39.8% from three. His ability to stretch the floor for DeJounte Murray and securing rebounds would be a great fit for this team. With the 10th pick of the 2022 NBA Draft, I have the Washington Wizards taking Johnny Davis. After the midseason trade sending Spencer Dinwiddie to Dallas, they are in clear opening for a point guard position. The one issue with the Wizards the past year is their guards not being able to defend, and Johnny would fill that role perfectly. Davis would also need to work on his playmaking a little bit more in the league, but being another scoring threat to take the pressure off of Bradley Beal would fit the Davis and Wizards system perfectly. With the 11th pick of the draft, I have the Knicks taking Dyson Daniels. Dyson is from Australia and he took the route to the G League instead of college. The Knicks are in need for a guard in this draft and Dyson would fit the system. The Knicks need a guard that can defend and be able to play make for RJ and Julius Randle. Dyson does all the things well. Dyson put up solid numbers in the G League, averaging 11.3 points per game, 4.4 assists, and 5.9 rebounds per game, while shooting 37% from three. If all these stats can transfer to the league, he'd be a great fit for the New York Knicks. With the 12th pick of the NBA Draft, I have the Oklahoma City Thunder taking E.J. Liddell. I have the Thunder taking another forward in this draft. With the Thunder good at all positions, after possibly taking Paolo, E.J. would fit the system well. He's a great 3-and-D player, and the Thunder need more players like Lou Dort on their team that can defend. But the most important factor that EJ brings to the court is his 3-ball. EJ averaged a solid 19.4 points per game on 49% from the floor and 37.4% for 3. The Thunder are going to have a bright future if they end up making the right picks with their 17 first-round picks they have in the next 5 years. With the 13th pick of the 2022 NBA Draft, I have the Charlotte Hornets selecting Mark Williams. It's a clear issue with the Hornets that they don't have a good center. Mark Williams would be a solid blocking presence in the paint. He averaged 2.8 blocks per game this past season with Duke. He would also provide 7.4 rebounds per game and 11.2 points. Mark would also be another solid lob threat that LaMelo can connect with. Mark would also be the third Duke Blue Devil off the board in my mock draft. With the last pick of the lottery, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers selecting OG Abaji. The Cavs are solid at every position on the roster, so this pick would be the best player available. But with the injury to Colin Sexton, who knows how he's going to come back next season. So I think it would be best for the Cavs to take Abaji with this pick. He averaged a solid 18.8 points per game and 5.1 rebounds per game. Also, he's coming off a national championship win, which would be a good presence to have in the locker room. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Here's a screenshot of my lottery picks that I have. And if you guys have any changes that you want me to make or a player that you think should go somewhere else, let me know in the comments down below. But if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.